Alright, so I recently came across a video that was named as whatchamacallit. It was named as Halo Infinite is going to ruin the gaming industry. Hashtag not my Halo. Uh, that was published by a British potato. I will try to link him down in the description. He was basically made a reply video of a video I did not know exist until I came across that video recently. It was named as "Do not buy Halo Infinite. It's trash and whatever, comment garbage type deal, that would insult Halo, you know." And I'm trying to remember the name, but I think it was something like that. But it was by the channel named Dark Metal, and which I'll show like a little clip of like what his content is. I skimmed it and it looks terrible, honestly. So look at this guy's channel, Dead Metal. Now, here's what all of his uploads are I've seen so far, videos. If they're a little hard to read, look at how many titles that say stuck. And these were announced at E3 about a few weeks ago, and he's already talking shit about these. When A, they're not even out, B, they're not even tested, or like, you're inside testing, or whatever. But it's kind of pathetic.
Hey, I got one for you. What do you get when you cross a game that looks worse now than a year ago when they initially unveiled it and subsequently delayed it with an inept developer who's bastardizing one of the most loved franchises of all time? You get Halo Infinite, ladies and gentlemen. Halo Infinite looks to be a complete clusterfuck. It legitimately looks like it will single-handedly ruin the gaming industry. And if you're planning on supporting this trash with your hard-earned dollar, I highly, highly implore you think long and hard about that decision.
Think long and hard, and thinking that this is going to work. A lot of us hardcore Halo fans, regardless if you're a Bungie fan era or 343 era, we already got our minds to pay for this game, and you're gonna say do not buy it. I got news flash for you, kid. Halo Infinite's multiplayer site is gonna be at least free to play, so you don't have to worry about buying the game, but you still have to install the full game itself. But like me, and any diehard Halo fans from either Bungie era or 343's era or all together, we are definitely going to be spending money on the game because we want to play the campaign as well. But anyway, Toodle, let's see what else he says. That's horrendous.
Because you take a company with a track record like 343's, look at Halo 5, look at what an abysmal failure and complete and utter joke they made out of the Halo franchise, and then look at the fact that they're asking us to trust them again, and Microsoft's putting the full weight of their dollar behind it. You will see advertising for Halo Infinite all over the place. They're hoping to convince you that that stain on the industry, that skid mark on the underpants of gaming that was Halo 5 never happened.
Alright, first of all, you made no sense there. You try to act like that Halo just went down the drain. Honestly, Halo 5 wasn't the greatest. Now you're going to say 343 has a terrible track record. Let me educate you something. Bungie had sometimes a terrible track record on their games. Things that didn't go well, things that did. You're just throwing nonsense right there. And I know I'm just about to throw some little nonsense, but I'm throwing some true facts actually. Now you're going to say Microsoft is trying to advertise only Halo. I got news flash for you. At least Microsoft also tries to advertise other games than just Halo. Yes, Halo was the one that started Xbox 20 years ago. But you are kind of just making gibberish comments to where you're actually just being stupid. I'm being honest. Anyways, let's continue what he says.
Well, we don't forget. I'm not willing to forget, and you shouldn't either. Halo 4 was overrated, Halo 5 was an absolute trash heap, and Halo Infinite is looking to be the worst offender of them all.
Now, I will break this down to two different sections he's stating. Halo 4 is not overrated. It is pretty decent, actually. It was a decent first game 343 has done by themselves. honestly. And which the story was good, including Spartan Ops was really good. Sadly, didn't make any more. Halo 5, on the other hand, yes, Halo 5 was kind of terrible with its story, but the multiplayer was kind of good. I personally prefer playing custom games in that one because of all the cool stuff a lot of people have done. But now, you're saying Halo Infinite, whatever trash talk you just said there, how the fuck do you know? How the fuck do you know? The game's not even out. You're not even in the flights. So how the fuck do you know? Just shut the mouth up. You don't even know. Other than what we saw, what we know that we was revealed to us at E3s from all the years and their news drops on Halo Waypoint.
You're taking a game, moving it into an open world environment, and oh my god, do not get me started about the multiplayer reveal.
Buddy, you gotta say don't move Halo Infinite to an open world areas. Okay, I guess you wasn't around for Halo 1. Halo 1 was all open areas for a lot of sections of its campaign. And very good amount of sections actually was then just straight, point A, point B, close quarters. But a good amount of chunks was actually big open areas. Same with Halo 2, but more of a linear style that time to where it's more closed, but then there got like sections that was open area. Same with Halo 3, open areas, except just linear. And that was kind of a little bit the same way of Halo 4, including a little bit of Halo 5, except you have very less amount as well. Now, in Halo ODST had huge amount of big open areas.
That shit did not look like Halo. That is not what I remember. When I think of my teenage years spent fondly hours on Xbox Live on Halo 3, I'm not thinking of the regurgitated, bastardized trash they showed in that multiplayer reveal. That looks like another typical wannabe knockoff bullshit in a post-Halo 3 world. Halo died with Bungie. This, Halo Infinite, hashtag not my Halo. This is a regurgitated pile of trash. It's going to be Halo 5 all over again.
Okay, you're assuming that Halo Infinite is gonna be like Halo 5. Like I said before, don't even start saying you know what Halo Infinite's gonna go through. You are not even invited to the Halo Insider program flights, nor you have any insider information of this game. I don't have inside information on this game. I am waiting to be selected to the flights. Halo Infinite's multiplayer did not look like a knockoff like Halo 3 to be a wannabe. It actually looks good. It's going back to our classical roots, but taking all the stuff from all the Halo games as well. That made it really good for each game. Well, you expect, like, oh yeah, let's just do it this way. I prefer classic, but I don't mind classic mixed with new. But Halo didn't die 10 years ago. Bungie left after Reach. So get over that.
Remember when people were hesitant about Halo 5? They were showing that A, Master Chief wasn't going to be the main character, and B, it was not going to have a co-op campaign. Just taking things that are fundamental to the Halo formula and completely disregarding them, but everybody on Microsoft's dick. No, guys, it's going to be cool. No, guys, you got to believe in it. 343 is going to pull it off. They failed. And
343 failed, but then they learned their mistakes. Because when they realized they fucked up of taking co-op out, they realized they did a big mistake, but they could not fix that in Halo 5. That's why in Halo Infinite and any future Halo titles, I don't know if you keep up the news, but Bonnie Ross has stated, and all the employers actually stated this too, even before they revealed the game, they have stated any future Halo first-person shooter games will have split screen. Because after that stunt in Halo 5, yeah. But otherwise, Halo 5 is cool, but just things that we don't like. Like the story, yes, Master Chief is the main character. I said, why can't they just do, half and half? Like Halo 2 Anniversary and Classic, But, oh well, get used to it.
I don't trust them not to fail again. Microsoft are inept. I don't trust them to put money where it needs to go to ensure that this game becomes a competent product, and neither should you.
Well, I didn't understand what this kid was basically saying, but whatever trash talk that was. But Microsoft ain't asking you to put your hard-earned money to Halo. You can put your hard-earned money to all the other games that Microsoft is covering, that they're doing on Xbox. So I don't know why you're saying that, but okay.
Truth is, Halo's been dead since Halo Reach. The truth is, Halo has ceased to exist, and the installment, this new wannabe Halo that 343 launched in 2012, is an absolute joke.
Okay, you're gonna say Halo is dead. Okay, if Halo was dead, how come people are still playing it? How come people are actually asking for new Halo every year? After when the game comes out. Honestly, the wannabe Halo from 2012 is, like I said, it's actually a pretty good game. It's pretty decent. I actually enjoy it. It's pretty fun. There's not a lot of the fundamentals ain't taken out, and it was actually kept with the traditional armor abilities back when it was introduced to Halo Reach, which I know a lot of people had a problem with that, but they learned how to get used to it. The only problem I had with 343's game was Halo 5, just straight up only thruster packs use only. Instead of like, what the heck, both Halo 4 Spartan Ops and Halo 5 was both in the same year, where we should at least still had armor abilities to switch out. But oh well, get used to it. I just avoid playing modes that are garbage for it.
Pale imitation of the heights that Halo once ascended to. They are just making a joke, an absolute travesty out of the once most adored franchise on God's green earth, and as a former Halo fan who has since renounced the entire series because of what Microsoft has chosen to do in milking it.
Weird. I never knew Microsoft was planning on milking Halo, because I'm pretty sure Microsoft has all these other games it has to worry about other than just Halo. I think you're referring to as the developers that are trying to milk the game. Because I remember talking to my nephew before, and every now and then I mention about GTA 5, and because I still play it on my Xbox One, and my nephew goes saying, "Oh God, Rockstar's still milking that game. That game's dead." I'm like, if it was dead, why the hell are they pushing more content? Why is there a lot of people still playing it and grinding? It's called get over it. You need to get used to the fact is it's not a dead game and it's not getting milked a lot. If it was getting milked to being a dead horse, then yeah, your population is going to be pretty low. Otherwise, if it's still a good population, they got a right to milk the game.
For every penny they can get out of our wallets, I gotta tell you, it's freeing. I don't have to worry about this trash.
Okay, draining our wallets from our hard-earned cash, huh? Well, okay, that's kind of like saying you spending also your hard-earned cash. Not, I'm gonna say this for scenarios that is not a need, like movies, console systems, PCs. All those are really not our needed to sort, but we spend our hard-earning monies because we need these stuff, even to play the new games. Hell yeah, if we want to go spend our money, we'll go spend our money for this paid stuff, like maybe in-game currency. That's our choice. Me, I just prefer the grind, the legit way, not the pull my money out and spend it. But okay, you still got to spend for your shit anyways for your game, like including Fortnite, which I play Fortnite. I've spent some money on real currencies on there, actually, to be honest, just for a couple things.
Game. I would never soil my game library. I would never soil my Xbox or my Steam library with the taint and the rotten smell of pale imitation that Halo Infinite brings with it, and you shouldn't either.
Honestly, I don't even understand what this kid was saying here about pale imitation. If he's like referring to as whatchamacallit, like to be like the Halo. Honestly, I did see Halo Infinite to be the Halo. It might dominate the whole Halo series, honestly. Even though I can't beat the original, but I still think it will dominate it. But let's keep going with what he's saying.
Halo Infinite is a goddamn joke.
Again, with the joke or other trash talk, I'm going to say this again. How do you know Halo Infinite's going to be a joke? Are you even inside 343 Industries themselves, of the company wise, to play this game? Are you even selected as a Halo Insider tester, which is the ones that test the flight? Because I know I sure am. But how do you know it's gonna be a joke? How do you know? Like, you know something and that we don't. You clearly don't. So yeah, other than what information we have gotten by 343 themselves. So shut your fucking trap and let's just keep going here and see what he says. That's shit talking.
You want to talk about ruining the industry single-handedly, taking the seedy underbelly of gaming and putting it on display.
Honestly, he lost me on that point. But when he's saying ruin the game industry, I got one thing to say about this guy. Dark Metal, you're the one actually ruined the gaming industry because you're making all this garbage talk. Honestly, you literally have no sense of all these stuff like, and you're gonna be exposed of what your channel is, and I will gladly link your channel down so people can take a look at it of the garbage you actually post, because the garbage you post, you act like you know everything. You know what they're doing. Like, oh, they gave you information. Honestly, you're probably looking up shit and just assuming to be like, oh, this is gonna be garbage game. Oh, maybe people should not play it because this looks garbage to me. That's to your opinion. You looks garbage when the game hasn't came out. So I rather put your 2 cents in your ass and not start making garbage talk when the game's not even out, nor you have tested it.
For the world, milking a franchise that should have died 10 years ago a noble and honorable death.
Hey, we could have had Halo, never continue, so we'd never know what happened to the Chief after the end of Halo 3. But guess what? We then had Halo ODST, which gave us the whole inside look of what happened between Halo 2 and 3. Then we had Halo Reach to tell us exactly what happened before Halo CE. And we're glad that Halo 4 came around and we was able to continue with the Master Chief story. And then we did thought Halo was going to be ending type deal because of the Chief taking his suit off, before then finding out, nope, he's back in Halo 5 in his suit. And now we got him back as straight up Halo Infinite.
Best left in our memories as wonderful multiplayer and co-op campaign experiences we had in our younger years, but
well, multiplayer, I would say, yeah, good times there. But you're saying co-op? I guess you don't remember how much laggy it was back on the 360 co-ops. Those were hard lags. There's some of them were like, you barely could play it. But now with Halo MCC that 343 has made, which is a launcher for basically all the Halo games, ranging for both campaign and multiplayer, that's at least stable. Actually, to be honest, the most co-op scenarios are stable. Very little lags actually, but depending on your internet connection and such. But let's keep going. I'm kind of throwing myself off topic here, but let's keep going.
no, we have to dig it out of the ground, resurrect it, and force this zombified force.
I don't know how you specific the Halo's like a zombified force unless you're talking about, them bringing back the flood. That's everyone's favorite nightmare of hated wise. I don't mind a flood return if that's what you're referring to.
This absolutely desecrated corpse bearing the Halo name, and that's about all the resemblance it bears to traditional Halo.
Well, I wouldn't say that's a corpse bearing the name, but okay, that's only for, trashy people that don't like the game, apparently. If honestly, my words are, you don't like the game, you don't want to get it, don't get it. That's all you don't want to do. But otherwise, just don't say shit talking about a game that A, you never tried yourself, or B, that is not even out, or C, you have not even tested, or D, all the above. But anyways, let's continue.
Out into the world to try to milk more money, because Halo and Gears of War and the occasional Forza game is all Microsoft has going anymore, is all Microsoft has to their name that's worth a damn.
Honestly, I thought Microsoft only owned it Halo right off the bat. Well, I'm not that smart for the Xbox scenarios, but I think they also owned it Gears definitely because I remember that was being an exclusive cars in Rocket League. But I think the more likely Microsoft owned vehicle in that one was just straight up Halo. But all the two other games you mentioned, son, the two other games you mentioned, Microsoft does not milk that game. Also, Sony also milks that game. Then all these other games, you know, it like unless you're referring to developers, otherwise you're kind of a dumbhead right there when you mention the two other games because they're on the PlayStation too.
You can buy all the Bethesdas in the world. Bethesda ain't worth shit anymore.
Now, when the hell did Bethesda become part of the do not buy Halo Infinite trash talking video? When did Bethesda get barged in on here? Alright, since he just barged in Bethesda, honestly, wouldn't really care about Bethesda. Like, Bethesda has a really good Fallout story from the old Fallout games, as I really do love Fallout 4 playing it on my Xbox and having the Halo mods. And I do play Fallout 76. I play that with a good amount of friends. Uh, Doom is an alright game series that Bethesda made. I haven't beat Doom Eternal. I beat Doom 2016. That took me a while. But anyways, let's continue what he's going to say.
Halo isn't worth shit anymore either. Are you noticing the trend? Microsoft picks and adopts the worst developers who are putting out trash games, or they're turning their own into said trash. Do not pay for Halo Infinite, and I promise you your life will be a lot better.
Honestly, you gotta say that the people that's working on Halo Infinite now is gonna make it shitty. Okay, I guess you didn't remember that Joseph Staten is back now, and Joseph Staten's been in Halo business since Halo Combat Evolved all the way to Reach. He wore many hats, and he is the author of one of the books that is really well known, really well loved, The Shadow of Content. Now, you're going to say, don't buy this game at all? I got news flash for you, kid. I'll save you the trouble. You do not buy the game, and that's a fair deal. Like, otherwise, Halo Infinite multiplayer is going to be free to play. So, if you don't want this game, don't even bother touching it. Like, it's kind of a lame-ass excuse for you to make this trash video, honestly. But, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed listening, and please drop down your feedback in the comments of what you think.